We've got the notes.
I don't have notes.
We don't need any notes.
have
I'm going to
too
start,
many notes.
then talk about exactly that.
I have
Go.
gratitude that I'm not using all your notes.
Okay, start right
today.
now. Don't even say another word. Start it right now. This is exactly what I want recorded.
It's recording already. What is your brain function here, folks? So I have I'm grateful that I threw my notes to the side because it's overwhelming and I just want to talk. I can't look at notes.
Did they just see that?
What? Your brain?
Yeah, okay, here we go.
This is your brain. This is your brain on Stefanie.
I just came in to say, this is Plantspiration Unplugged, episode 24, and it's happening. Like, it just did happen. No, it's really happening.
It's definitely happening. What are you grateful for?
Well, I'm grateful for, of course, you being here today, inspiring everybody with me. I'm grateful for the way that you've hooked up our guest speaker for next week.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for making it to episode 24, which most people do not. 75% of people podcasts don't even make it past 10.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm grateful.
I'm grateful you guys are back for another episode. This is John and Stefanie Ignafo, founders of Plantspiration. And we're glad you're back for Plantspiration Unplugged, episode 24. We started Plantspiration to help people crush it, going plant-based, helping their health, the animals, and the planet.
People know us for losing 250 pounds as a family and reversing a slew of our own chronic diseases. We started Plantspiration so that we can reach and teach people all over the world how to get healthy too. And it's not just the food, it's the lifestyle. And this is us talking about unplugging from working all week long. What a week.
I'm telling you.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
This is like the end of the weekend. We've made it through a long weekend.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, I got so excited to get in here. I know I got so overwhelmed, and I know I came in here with all the notes and the whiteboards. We just sat in here for 30 minutes, and I watched you kind of go back. Like,
well, I'm like looking at all the notes like, come on, what are you doing to me? That's too much.
Well, when I came in here and I was writing down the numbers and I saw we hit 22,000 subscribers.
Now that's awesome.
Okay, like, give me some. Yes, it's happening. It's happening. All this work, all this stuff that we've been doing and talking about, all the stuff I coach, like, how do you do it? You're watching us actually do it. 22,000 subscribers, over 400,000, that's on YouTube, and over 400,000 views on YouTube.
Wow.
40,000 views have been just this podcast.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys are back because that's why I'm here to help.
Did it freak you out a little bit?
What?
When I started saying these numbers, it seemed that's when things
I'm like,
kind of...
wow, I really need to show up. I can't just coast through this one.
Is that what happened? You got a little overwhelmed.
Well, yeah,
I'm part of the problem, I know.
Yeah, I mean, notes are good and all, but I don't know. Just sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, it's too much.
Take a deep breath with me. Everybody should take a deep breath right now.
Sure.
Breathe in the good, breathe out the yuck. And that's it's kind of how I get started. So speaking of my first notes that I have here, 75% of podcasts don't make it past episode 10. Most people fade by episode 7. And we're just warming up.
Yeah.
6 months.
Almost. We're right there.
At 24 episodes, we're in the top 25% of all podcasts globally.
Wow. That's crazy.
John.
I can't even understand that.
It's happening.
There must be a lot of podcasts out there.
There are a ton. But we did that in 6 months. The average podcast has 200 downloads. We've doubled that. So that's actually happening.
Well, we're going every week.
This is growth.
This is awesome.
This is growth.
They said gross. I was like, what? That's gross.
No, it's not gross. It's growth. I mean, do you remember when I popped open the laptop? We were on our knees just at my desk. I was like, hold on, just get in here and let's just test out. We did a pilot.
Yeah, it was a podcast pilot. That's right.
We should probably share that. We've never shared it. But I was like,
well, I didn't even know. You just like, bam, threw it on. I'm like,
well,
I'm like kneeling on the floor. This is not comfortable at all.
I kind of just am impulsive like that. Like when I have an idea, I want to go for it. And then.
Yeah. And then you're on, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for that idea. And then you're on like 2 or 3 ideas down already, like the way your brain is.
I've got a different operating system.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
It is.
So let me just ask you, let's take it down a notch.
What, do you have ADHD? Probably.
Does it show?
I think. What do you think? They don't know? I don't know.
Okay, so that's, well, I think they don't know.
Well, that cat's out of the bag.
Okay, I think they know. Well, let's talk a little bit about it, because
there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're using that, like, you've reined it in to really use that superpower.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I say, well, it's very relatable, and I do talk about it with my members and my clients, because it is so relatable to so many people, and it is something that does impact people from moving forward. I mean, it can have a lot of side effects. There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
You have to.
You really see it is really how your brain, how you think about it. I mean, you could be like disabled by it, you know.
It has disabled me.
Or debilitating, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah, that's
a better. Really
better.
knock you out. Like, or like you did, you know, you threw that little Wonder Woman lasso around it, and
It definitely.
you're using it for good.
I started using it. I even started talking just the same way that I coach and I talk to everybody about this stuff. I started putting it out there like, hey, this is my superpower. If I can keep up with, 13 different ideas and 42 conversations, then let's use this to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
And the better I started eating, and the more I started meditating, and the more I, started learning how to schedule and optimize my time, it was like, and learning about myself, it was like the better that this started just getting. And I was like, I could utilize this.
Yeah.
Like I used to organize before the house.
Yeah. It was like while you were like, you weren't, I guess you weren't mobile, before you lost weight and stuff. You were down, you were out. So you weren't like, you didn't have that much energy to really like.
True.
It was a lot less. So, you're organizing things and doing things, but just like from the couch, you weren't like really physically doing things.
I don't think people.
And now you're bouncing around like Ricochet Rabbit.
And I mean, for people who are just tuning in or who are just seeing our podcast, I mean,
welcome.
Welcome in.
Thank you.
We hope you get inspired by this episode to just
like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, we're all about getting healthy because it changed our life. I've always been on the search for being healthy. Mm-hmm. We were always trying to do the latest and greatest in diets and health and this and that.
Yeah.
And wasn't that a pattern?
Right. I mean, since your introduction to the cabbage diet at like age 12 or whatever. Well,
honestly,
seriously.
You're probably accurate with that. It was just always there. And for most people, that's relatable too. Like, we've all been dieting, and there's so many levels to how we got sick, how we got here, how we learn these habits to eat this way. I mean, most people think that we still need milk for strong bones, or that we need meat for protein, or that, you have to just cut carbs and starve yourself and cut calories. I mean, that's one of the biggest things of
everything we learned is wrong. It's like backwards. It's the opposite of how it should be, pretty much.
And it's kind of overwhelming when you think about it like that. And then if you have ADHD, it's just like, oh my gosh, what do I do to fix this?
What do I eat?
I stopped trying to fix it, and I just started leaning into it. Like, hey, you know what? Let's do this. If I just needed to block out time, and I just needed to have better notes.
That's right.
Is this pluggable in?
Yeah, turn it.
Oh my goodness, we've got heat.
I changed the cord. We won't get any feedback or any buzz through the speakers.
Oh my gosh, wow. So I just turned on the space heater. I was getting a little, Well, I can't tell. It's spring. Is it going to snow today, or is it going to?
I don't know. It is Easter.
We made it in here. So anyway, 6 months we did this. I cannot believe this is what I mean. You just have to show up. You don't have to be perfect at it. It's about progress. It's about all the things we talk about.
Yeah.
Throw in a little ADHD. I ramped up my operating system, and I started using all that stuff to do good stuff with it. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it seems like, okay, I know you're definitely, I guess I'm like scatterbrain, but it's more of idea generating, like, so fast in your brain. It's like, oh, this would be cool. Oh yeah, well, we could do that. And I was like,
you're totally explaining to them what you have to deal with when you.
Yeah.
And I had to learn.
I know you're talking about something. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And then you're like, seriously, you're like 2 or 3 ideas farther. Like, well, what about this? Like, wait a minute, wait. We were just talking about this, and I was coming up with some good
Can
stuff.
you give a better example? I mean, you just said I went from couch potato, which I was.
To tornado. From couch potato to tornado.
They used to rate me, people on my board or people I work with, they would rate me as like what level I was at of Steph 5.
Yeah, that's right.
Today I was at a Steph 5.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. I will dump it out right now just to kind of break it down. I mean, we're trying to get some remodeling done.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, on top of that.
I'm trying to clean. I washed a bunch of pottery today, and I'm trying to like organize stuff so that we can make this nice and simple. I mean,
you got to be organized,
Oh boy, here we go. We got the 3 stripes today. Let's see. You talked about bringing in a guest, so I started thinking 52 things about having a guest come in and what we're going to talk about. Yeah. We're so excited.
I finally tested out the thingy there. We got the Zoom going, so we're ready for guests. I know it'll work now.
I'm glad we didn't wait until
like episode 25 or something.
No, what I mean is like the old us would have been like, well, you know what? We don't know how to do a guest, so we're not even. The old us wouldn't have even had a podcast. Like this is insane. Doubt. This is insane that we're doing this and that this is reaching so many people and people are getting healthier. They're coming into this group. They're joining Plantspiration. It's changing lives all over the place. Let's just break that down.
I mean, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Why?
Because we're like the dynamic duo, we're like major inspiring. I just want to inspire people to really go after the better health because the better life and the better stuff comes along with it. You really turn up your health and you turn up your lifestyle because you got more than just, it's great. It's the food, it's the brain, it's the whole thing. It's a new game.
It's a new game. It's the way your brain works. I mean, I'm watching you and you mentioned, and as we were sitting in here, and we usually come in here and we kind of go at it. I do think the number thing kind of threw you off a little bit. Like it's happening. We've been working years and years at this business that I started off my phone, and I said, wow, I can't believe people don't know how to do this. I can't believe people are not seeing commercials or on the news. I was absolutely blown away when I found out that you could reverse disease, eat more than ever, pasta included, potatoes. Like this was some mind-blowing stuff. The better I ate, the better I felt. I lose 100 pounds. I start having these ideas and my life starts turning around dramatically. Who doesn't want to see stuff like this and learn how to do it? Now I'm just teaching people how to do it because I've done it. Like I understand how it works. I've been through all the diets. I've been through all those struggles. My life is not perfect. Everything has not been smooth. It's been work, but man, I just keep going at it with, like you said, on this different operating system because I have the ability to relate and say, here's how we can shift this around. So that's why when Plantspiration, it started with maybe we should break that down. It started with just me having people over in the house.
Yeah.
In 2019. I said, we're just going to have people over. I'm going to create this menu. We're going to start talking about the food. And it was really about the food for a very long time. Then I realized we needed to have community. I was like, we're going to have to, during COVID, we're going to have to bring people together. This is like the evolution of my brain of how it just started snowballing. Hold on, I got to take a drink. Take it from here.
Yeah, well, that was awesome. I mean, we had people over and they're, we're making this good food and they're learning about it and doing better. And I mean, it was great. People were right away like, wow, I feel better. I'm feeling better. I need more recipes. I need new stuff. And
let me ask you this. When I'm sitting here listening to you explain this story, I'm thinking of before us doing this and the people that we had over and the way that we were doing things. It wasn't
structured,
productive. You know what I mean? We were it was no purpose. There was no goal. And I didn't even know that was something like I could have.
When are you talking about?
Before, the old us.
The old us.
The overweight,
when we had people over,
drinking, partying.
Party night.
I mean, it was
fun. Yeah.
But I never woke up feeling fulfilled.
No.
Like, wow, I'm feeling...
Just filled from pizza and beer and stuff and drinks, not fulfilled, like, and really with a good drive, a good like mission. There, we didn't have a mission.
We didn't have a mission. I didn't have a purpose. I mean, my purpose, of course, is to be, a great wife, a homemaker, a great mom,
a good person, and do good in the world.
Yeah, but I didn't know how to do that. I was so distracted with my own problems, my own illnesses, like my own sickness. Like I didn't even realize there was this whole other world out there that I could be living and leveling up.
Yeah.
And utilizing some of my stuff that I learned through life.
That's right.
I learned a lot through life.
Your skills.
And I'm only like, there's so much to go.
Well, I tell you what I was thinking about, just about that learning and the things you've done and helping people. I was thinking about that. I don't know how to explain it really with the coaching part of it, but I was just thinking like a good coach learns this stuff and, and then they teach other people. But I feel like a great coach, you've learned this stuff and as you're coaching yourself and you really have learned how to apply it all. You've coached yourself. I think that's what makes a great coach. Somebody that's coached themselves.
You've watched me do that.
Totally.
You are my witness to that
because people
fitness.
are blown away. They're doing so damn good in the community and all your coaching. They're like, my gosh, I've tried all this other stuff. And
are you giving me an insight to the Plantspiration Health Report?
no, I'm just saying people are crushing it.
When we see on Saturday support group, it's like you get to see the fruits of my labor.
Yeah.
Is that like the
something like that? I think that's what it is.
You know what I mean? Like I said, we started with just people coming over to the house, and then we built. And I want to just explain to people, I don't have a degree in business. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian, but I have become a really awesome coach. I love it. Like he's saying, I had to.
Well, I mean, you've done training. You're a lifestyle medicine coach.
Oh my goodness, yes.
You got a lot of certifications and stuff.
Yes. Okay. So,
but you don't need to go to college for this now.
Yes, I learned so much and continued learning. By the way, I signed up for another certification.
Yeah, this is really cool, and I'm excited for it. I hope I can. I'm probably not going to have the time with my shop going, but I like sitting over your shoulder and learning stuff. I mean, I don't get the certificate, but I get that brain going.
There's a lot. I have a lot that I've accrued over the years. Like once I started with that one thing, becoming a Food for Life instructor, getting certified in plant-based nutrition like you. So it just started. I had this mission, and then I had this drive, and I started focusing on these little mini wins. First it was I lost 1 pound.
Yeah.
Now I have one person in my kitchen. Now it's one person I helped reverse the disease.
I remember when I got up to I'm running out of chairs. Like there's a lot of people coming. I'm like,
we had to buy chairs.
I'm like, there's a lot of strangers. I don't know all these people coming over. I mean, this is great. They're coming over to learn how to eat better, eat plant-based and get healthier and feel it and all. But I'm like, we're going to need a venue outside the house.
And then that happened where I started doing the classes in venues. It just continued to grow. And I didn't know what I was doing. I did, but I had an idea. My brain's, I've got 52 tabs open all the time.
Yeah.
I actually just.
Literally on your laptop and in your brain.
True.
You've got all these tabs going.
I have to tell you something crazy, by the way. I cannot believe how many tabs I found open on my phone, just for example.
Oh, wow.
This is 102.
No wonder. It's
Chrome.
Why is my thing so slow?
On Chrome. It was on Chrome, one of those. 102. I'm not even embarrassed. I am, this is what I'm talking about. Well, I feel like my brain is so cleared up from cholesterol that
I saw your phone the other day. You have over 30,000 emails you haven't even.
And then and then I had on one of the daily challenges, I said that we're going to start doing decluttering. And I was really proud of that. I deleted 500.
I'm like, there's still 30,500 to go.
I'm getting there. I got through all that stuff. So how did I get through all this stuff? Here it goes. I go back to my purpose. So I'm back to doing these classes in my kitchen. I put this community together.
Yeah.
I'm still driven every day by that 1 pound that took me to that one, person, to that one reversal of disease, to this one meeting that we started during COVID in March. It was the same time we started this 5 years ago. And we see these Saturday support groups happening. This whole structure of my program and behavior change. And like you said, looking within myself at how I coached myself to make all these changes, to build a business, to start a podcast, to inspire people to, the book is coming, the documentary is on pause, but it's happening.
It's going to happen. I mean, it's happened. They just got to put it all together.
You can do whatever you want. We just need to have you have to have a direction. Or right. I talked this week about having the North Star, and especially when my brain is all over the place and I'm running this operating system. If I don't have that North Star, that focus, I will lose track and get off, a million ways. I'm washing the floors. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes I do my best work. You know what I mean? So I'm just learning as I go along. And I think it's awesome watching what's happened globally now. 22,000 views, subscribers.
Yeah, this is amazing.
My other social medias are blowing up too, but I honestly haven't had a chance. I mean, I already know we're rising, we're going to the top. We talk about what we envision, we manifest. We've been talking about it every week in every one of these episodes, how we've managed to do this.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
That's it.
What do you think has been your biggest drive or purpose, or like what gets you going?
Well, I tell you what gets me here, like every week, it's just everything. I mean, I'm living it. I'm feeling great. I want to share that with the world. And, so I'm busy with my day job, and then I got my own machine shop. So being Plantspiration and doing it whenever we jump in our lives, whenever we go the class on Wednesday, I mean, we have a blast in there, and we're teaching people, hey, look at how easy this is.
That's the food part. Yeah, that's the biggest thing that stops people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and then from there, it's just all the lifestyle stuff, which you're doing that teaching. I mean, you're coaching and teaching all the components, all the components, all the sleep and journaling and stress management,
sleep,
all that thing.
And it's impacted you.
Yeah, I feel fantastic.
This 6 months of us doing this, what do you think has changed the most between us?
Just talking about all of it. I mean, we've just been doing it because this is awesome, but having the podcast and sharing it with all you guys out there is brought us closer as more more of two gears meshing a little better, really
I love
blending.
That. Yeah,
I got to go with the mechanical kind of descriptions.
I would say that they're watching us actually just grow into a better operating system together.
Yeah.
And it's been very transparent for people to see.
I know. Now we're like a computer with 2 hard drives. Look out.
If you could describe my, and I don't know anything about computers or operating systems. Like I'm saying operating systems.
I know, but you're talking You're good. Woo.
What is an operating system?
Yeah, that's the operating system.
The computer part?
Yeah, when it's I have Windows, then you have Mac, and there's
I love Mac.
Linux and
don't
whatever
understand any of that.
I don't know.
So what kind of operating
need a plug and play?
And what kind of operating system would you describe me as?
Gosh, I don't know. It would be some kind of description of a tornado kind of a thing. Wow, the power of a tornado wrapped up into this.
Yet surprisingly organized.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's organized tornado. That's what it is.
I mean, I am very organized.
You got to be organized. Don't get going on it.
Oh, here we go. I just realized you got the 3 stripes on.
We go.
That has been another big challenge for me, is staying organized and learning how to get organized. And over the past, what were you going to say?
Yeah, it started definitely with your planner book. It was you need to block out hours. Is that what it's called?
I block out.
Is it blocking out time?
Yeah.
However you do it. But
Lauren is the one that taught me that, and
Thank you, Lauren.
Because when we were talking about ADHD, it gets overwhelming. You don't know where to begin. I mean, here I wanted to start this business. I wanted to help people. I wanted to learn how to cook for them. I wanted to sell tickets. I wanted to market my Instagram. I wanted to be a Food for Life instructor. I wanted to get certified in this. I mean, it just has been and she knew me before.
You guys known each other a long time.
She's stayed with me, BP and AP.
Yes.
Before plants and after
Yeah,
plantspiration.
definitely. She's doing
And
great.
she's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, her numbers, even better than ours
That's
in her
awesome.
line of work and what she did. And we started off in the same place of like, what are we doing with her life? What's happening? All these changes. So we've just kind of also plugged into each other. And I just want to give her a shout out
Yeah.
because she's the one that's doing all of our bookkeeping, all of our
Yeah.
just thank you. She volunteers her time, by the way. Her whole business is blowing up.
She's doing great.
She's doing amazing. Sorry, I just saw something come in. Anyway, she's the one that first said, I want you to sit down and block out time. And I said, block out time for what?
Yeah, what does that even mean?
I didn't even comprehend. And you know, your mind gets going on 100 things that you're trying to accomplish. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense when somebody's giving you logic information like blackout time. But I had to sit there by myself for a minute. And I remember crying and just thinking like, I wanted something so bad, but I didn't know how to get to it. And I can be impulsive and I want instant gratification like so many people, you know what I
Everybody
mean?
wants instant. They want that instant gratification, that feel good right away. Like people, that's why you go to the gym for a couple of times, and it's like, dude, I don't see anything. What's
And then
going
people
on?
give up after that.
Yeah, they do. Yep. You got
And
to stick with it.
what made us stick with this?
Oh, what do you mean? Well, we're seeing progress.
We're seeing progress.
We have numbers to go by. Look at how many subscribers now. Look at how many views.
22,000. So Lauren, Lala Accounting, she's the one that started saying I needed to block out time. And as soon as I started blocking out time, and this is, by the way, here's a little tip. Maybe I'll just throw this out. I didn't even know how to do that at first, except for making appointments at the doctor. So that I blocked out time for that. So I started realizing, hey, there it is right there. I'm going to have to block out time. And she said, block out time to work on your business. You know, so it was thinking about the plan and having to sit down and actually, then I used the Pomodoro effect. I didn't know I was using it back then, but I used
What
it.
is that?
That's when you're like 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off.
Oh, I thought it was an Italian dish. Pomodoro.
No, it's like a behavioral method to staying better focused.
Oh, yeah, where you work for a little amount of time and then you take a break for a little bit and go back.
And you hear me with my alarms, always setting, hey, here, I don't want to say it right now.
Yeah.
Set alarm for 25 minutes. So I do, and you have to practice that as well. So this is also all about this. Getting better and getting healthier is all about practice.
Yeah, it is.
And we're all into instant gratification. And when stuff doesn't happen, like you go to the gym for 2 days and you don't see that you're all jacked, your six pack isn't there, so you just stop showing up. What's different? You got to focus on your purpose, your mission, your North Star.
Yeah, you need that goal, that at least that drive, that why, like you're saying, that North Star, just to keep, so you know what you're going after, and it's not just going to happen, right away. You gotta work for it.
I mean,
if you think about it, I was just thinking about this the other day with, okay, I lost like 50 pounds going plant-based, right? And it took a little while, and I didn't have I'm going to lose this much weight. I didn't have that.
Neither of us had that.
Right.
I realized because we didn't expect this to happen. We expected to come into this thinking, oh, we're just going to lose 25 pounds. I don't know why we talk like that every time the old us. I just want to lose 25 pounds. Or 30 was always like, if I could just get down to 190, you know what I mean? If I could just get down to 200. I was thinking always that way, never long term. It was always that quick fix. So I digress, back to you.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, what I do remember when I hit 185. I was like, I haven't been this weight since 1985.
Seriously, since we met. Actually, did I meet you in 1985?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just a huge thing, and I just feel way better.
The food turned us into, wow, we got to tell more people to, this is kind of inspiring to, let's just start a podcast and show everybody what we're talking about, watching us coach, manifest, focus, schedule, all the things.
And it wasn't just about helping people and all that. It was like doing a podcast just to show if you put your mind to it and the energy towards it, you're going to do it, whatever it is, whether it's a food, whether it's a diet, whether it's a car you want to get or a vacation you want to go on, you're going to work for it.
Everybody does, but they have that they have that
That's that goal, that North Star.
That North Star first. You want an island, you'll figure out how to get there once you put that down. Somebody today just told me they wanted my bestie told me they wanted an island. Joe, he said he wants to have an island. And I said, well, hey, this is how we can get there. He's going to do it.
Cool.
He believes me because he's seen all this other stuff. I said, just follow that, and then you're going to get an island. I can't,
That's awesome.
I can't explain the whole thing right now, but when you set your mind to something and you set yourself up for believing in it and you build your self-confidence, and to me, it really resonates with fueling yourself. It changes everything. When you're really eating well, when you're exercising, when you're practicing stress management. It's how I started being able to tap in and unwind some of my mess.
Yeah, because you were coaching yourself. You that's what I'm saying. You're doing it yourself. And then you can easily help people. I've seen a lot of people online, and it just feels like they're feeding you a line of shit. It's like, did you
say that?
Yeah, I did, because I don't see
I'm not looking.
It just seems like a kind of.
I know what you're saying though, because
you're just talking to talk. I'm not really sure. I don't see you walking the walk, but.
Well, and I'm not in it for the money either, and that's kind of people aren't
sure.
People ask me all the time. They're always concerned about that. Like, what are you doing?
And why is only $50 for a month? I'm like, because we want it to be accessible for everybody.
And I'm really grateful for you. So people ask me that all the time. Like, how do you do that? How could you possibly? So John works.
Yeah,
he's working a couple jobs. He's crushing it. I'm keeping this end up, like I've always done. And we've just learned how to masterfully blend it together.
Yep.
But you also love your job. I also want to I don't want people to be like, oh my God, you got to work 2 jobs just to keep this going.
No.
Break that down.
It doesn't even feel like work.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to hear.
That heater is drying my throat out. Extra special.
Let me and it's blowing right at you.
Yeah, thanks.
So it should have been on me. That's the other thing. I love keeping myself busy with all this. It's another way for me to just keep cranking stuff out. Like, we love what we do, and we're on the phone talking with each other all day long, getting excited about class and getting excited about people who are sending messages. And I see you out there saying you're 7 pounds away from your goal, watching us. There's a lot going on. This is just where we kind of unplug and just now as we were talking, here's some transparency. My eyes just blew past. Remember when I explained it's happening again right now in front of everybody? It's because we're off today. We are waiting. We haven't eaten dinner yet, I think. We're thirsty.
It's ready, though.
I've been working on all this stuff. So I am not as organized with my thoughts today. So I'm going to and we talked about it, so I'm going to let it be free.
Well, yeah, I threw my notes away because
it was too much.
That's just too much.
As we were talking, I just realized, I'm doing this Monday motivation talk, Tuesday's grocery haul, Wednesday's class, Thursday's another coaching Thrive. We talk about all this is about behavior changes. It's all about neuroscience. I always am talking about it, and I'm interested in it. So that's why when I saw this get certified in neuroscience coaching, I thought this is perfect right now. So I have a better understanding. And then I, again, get to use it to further help other people. So that's what that's all about. Like the neuroplasticity, where I'm going to learn about,
awesome.
I wrote down some notes again.
Well, that's fine for you.
I wanted to make sure that I had the right information down, now that I'm being honest with people, that sometimes they get distracted.
Hey, man. You got to have some notes.
So I'm learning about neuroplasticity, how the brain changes and grows even as adults. See what I mean? We can keep changing and learning and growing and getting healthier and healing. Like, this is a whole process that comes along the way. How to handle stress response, like why people shut down, snap, binge, procrastinate, or freeze. Like, I see all these things and I know how to do behavior changes and coach around it. But again, when we have a better understanding of something, I'm going to be able to coach them back with more clarity and just keep getting better at this. Motivation and dopamine. You guys know I talk about that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So why the brain needs small wins. for the excitement and the purpose. And you see, I run on that.
Yeah.
That is one of my tools for
And
ADHD.
this is all great. This
And
is all
life.
great stuff. Yeah, for
and
sure.
life. Like, since we're being so honest.
I mean, the big thing is, I just want people to just really understand that what we're doing here is just to help people live a healthier, happier, longer life, and there's just so much involved. That's why it's the lifestyle medicine coaching that is really,
I love my job.
I'm telling you.
I just get 2 seconds to talk about it, and and I can't wait to get done with this so that I could go listen to my new, learning tools. And
Yeah.
I didn't grow up thinking that I was smart like this. You know what I mean? There was a lot of stuff going on. So I get really excited about, wow, look what I could do. Look at all these things I could learn. Look at all these people don't know my whole story.
No doubt. You're not dumb.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And the changes that you can make in life when you start just caring about yourself and taking care of yourself and having that self-awareness and learning how to get through some of that tough stuff that I know so many people have endured or gone through. And I want to just, this is hope, is what so many people say, and then they get to hear it from other people. So we're seeing changes from people within the community that are this type of stuff, not just our story, but we're witnessing these significant changes. It is not just about the food.
No, exactly.
We're reaching different levels of, like I said, I'm teaching about self-awareness. We're teaching about behavior changes, patterns, and in the community and the way that everybody's learning and relating. It's like dopamine nation in there.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to put it?
No, that's really good. Yeah, people are doing better and doing these small goals and jumping these hurdles, and you get these dopamine hits all the time. And what it really comes down to, and a lot of it is the brain just going, okay, let's just be honest. Like most of the disease that people have and the eating issues and stuff they have, it's from that little hurt child inside you, from shit that's happened growing up.
There's a lot of that.
That's where a lot of the problems are. You kind of got to address that stuff.
A lot.
And I mean, you're
That's
helping.
deep.
Well, that's really a part of it. I mean, that's why it's like, okay, the food's one part, but it's like once you do that and you're eating better and you're eating healthier, and then you get that. Wait, what is it called with your brain? I don't want to say it wrong. Like I said backwards before. Your is it not neuroplastic? Neurogenesis.
Neurogenesis.
Yeah, like your brain works better.
Actually grows better, heals. There's stuff going on when you're giving it the right nutrition. I'm sorry, meat's not doing that.
No.
Meat, animal, cheese, dairy, animal protein, problematic animal protein. I mean, let's just take a minute and remember, we got to listen to Dean Ornish unload the study on reversing Alzheimer's people in less than 5 months. They
Seriously?
had cognitive decline, couldn't play instruments, couldn't run their businesses. This again sparked my North Star. Look at what we're teaching people that they can do when things are that deep. Illness, chronic disease, and they're not talking about it on the news. Doctors aren't telling people, no, plant-based and diet and lifestyle are not the cure-all. No. But we want more people to understand the lengths that this can impact just by making these changes, practicing, showing up. And just give me we're just two regular people that were like, why aren't they talking about this?
Seriously, man. I mean, we're working on making our telomeres longer.
Honestly. And that's inspiring.
Yeah.
And so we're going to take that information. Like I said, we didn't write the research. We read it, we attend it, which, by the way, we have got to get that stuff organized for ICNM.
Yeah.
I know we've been so busy. And there's other things we got. See, here I go again. See,
there's her brain.
You let the door open, and now we're going to hear. You said just be honest and just let them hear how your brain works. And I keep that under some control.
Yeah. We want to, we're going to keep getting more and more subscribers the more we open up your brain. And
I think so.
Let people in.
What do you think? What does my brain look like to you? Like, what's it like living with me?
Just be ready for anything.
Not before, but now on plans.
No. It's like It's like Idea Factory.
It's nonstop.
Seriously.
I wake up and
Or
I'm
do you like,
excited.
I'm gonna start a business, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, all right, awesome.
Did you think it was going to
Like
turn into
you're
this?
here on your phone. No, it's like, here, look at that. Look at, I'm gonna start a business. Here, look, I got my EIN number.
I did on my phone.
I know. Like, ooh, you know what? I should copyright that. I'm gonna make
Trademarked.
Plantspiration a trademark, right?
Then it was Eat Your Plants Off
I'm
trademark.
telling you. Yeah.
Then it
you
was
just keep
dealing with
going.
building a board. Then it was building with a business. Then it was business plan stuff. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe my brain can do this stuff.
That's the neurogenesis.
There was some of that. And then there was a lot of self-confidence, you know what I
Yep.
mean? And breaking old beliefs and limiting beliefs, which, by the way, since we're being so transparent, this week I will also be doing a coaching call during this week on breaking limiting beliefs. That'll
That's
be tomorrow.
awesome.
See what I mean? I'm so interested in this because I watched it work for me.
Well, the limiting beliefs could be the shit you were fed when you were a kid.
Oh, well, that's for
That's
many
what I'm
people.
talking about. Like, you're
Even-
not gonna. You're so dumb. You're not even gonna. You can't amount to anything. Or, I mean,
a
there's-
lot of people hear that kind of stuff. You're right. We hear things or whatever
just
occurs.
one little thing can screw you up. That somebody is a parent or a teacher or students or
It can
any of that
impact.
thing,
So we get down to the root of it.
Yeah.
Get through it.
Like, you're important.
Yeah.
And don't let that shit get under your skin.
Can't. It's
right.
we have a whole new way of rebuilding the way that we think and move forward and the way that we grow from some of this stuff rather than hold on to it or let it hold us back.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to keep learning, understanding, and growing and being able to bring more of this hope and inspiration to other people
I get excited about that. Just that part of learning all this and then being able to share it. Because I want people to learn, to
get inspired.
Yes, to like reap the rewards too of your hard work,
We just got super excited that 22,000 people are listening to that.
I know. They like puckered my butthole. Like, wow, really? Oh my God.
There it is.
Well, I didn't know, I'm like working.
You got nervous. I know when it came in, it got nervous,
like,
but
oh my God, I got to put on my big boy pants or something. Really.
so I'm really excited to take on this next level. I wanted to dip in a little bit more to the neuroscience coaching, getting certified in that so I can bring more of it in. Yeah, there's more stuff here. Emotions and behavior looping, why people repeat what they hate. See what I mean? It's like we talk about this stuff, but now I get to say, oh, this is why the members are already excited. I told them, I was like, you guys, I'm bringing even more. They're like, what?
They're just doing so good.
I can't. When are we going to hear that?
We'll hear it.
All right. Why people repeat what they hate and how to interrupt it. And I've already become a really good pattern breaker for people. I watch patterns. I can pick up on it. And I'm just so impressed with people. And first of all, they have to show up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can't.
Well,
I could
that's a
do this
big
all
thing.
day long. I could do this all day long, but you have to show up because even that part is huge. Almost like showing up to my calendar. Almost like showing up to my.
Well, and that's another thing that where people are coming in and they're learning this stuff, they're learning that they have to show up to do this. Like, nobody's coming to save them.
That's a big one. And I was there. I wanted somebody to do a lot of this. I waited for somebody to do for me.
Yeah.
I need somebody to do the Eventbrite. I need somebody to do my social media. I need somebody to do my emails. I started off with that mentality and I was waiting for that to happen.
I know.
And then I was like, guess what?
You got to kind of take it on yourself. You got to do yourself. Like, people are looking for, some people are looking for a coach to be yelling at them. No, don't,
They want
or to
me
be
to.
there to slap that donut out of their hand.
Some
Or
people want me to.
help them up out of that bag of chips.
Yes,
But,
indeed.
you really you got to parent yourself.
There's different levels and methods the way that I coach, but you just nailed it. A lot of people expect for me to be the parent and to, yell at them or force them to do something, but there is no growth when we're doing stuff like that. We're not realizing how we got ourselves stuck into these habits and these patterns.
Right. It's like you need to do the work, and that way it works. Like,
And
really, it's nowhere easier
You
said than that.
also are affected by the stuff that I've learned and coached, and you hear it, and it has changed the way you move through life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, writing stuff down. I wasn't like journaling or meditating or, you know, really even thinking about, you know, unhealthy things, environmental stuff. And I mean, I know how important sleep is. I'm always trying to do better at that.
We're good at sleep. I love that topic too. I have a certification in sleep as well, just to point that out there.
Yeah.
But what do you think has changed the most for you? That's a loaded question. Let me
Well,
try to.
no.
Okay,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
really, it's well, I have to start at the food. Health, you know, I got healthier, and then I definitely feel the neurogenesis, my brain change. And now it's like work. And because we were talking about that earlier, you know, the work I do, I run a machine shop, you know, at a multi-million-dollar company. And I also run my own machine shop at home.
I didn't make you do that either to make this
But
happen.
it's like,
Just,
no.
just
What
to
do you
be
mean? I
clear.
was already doing that
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
But the main thing is I can, it's just easy. It feel like it's like not a problem. It's easy.
It looked like it wasn't easy this week. You did have problems. You were stressed out. This has been a rough couple weeks for you at work, and I've never seen you
Oh,
have to deal with this level of like stress.
yeah. It was just stress of machines and then, you know, just a problem part we were trying to make, you know, it was just a way to change machines of what we were trying to run the spring on, which was like, oh man, a whole nother set of tools. And it just was stressful. And the time of when the parts are due is getting shorter and shorter. So
And then life.
yeah. Oh yeah. Let's not forget about life on
And
top of it.
how do you think you have changed the way that you
Really,
respond or react to these stressful situations?
that's it. Is I'm really trying to turn my reactions. Hey, I didn't know my neighbor played a guitar. That's cool. Nice.
Whoa,
I see him walking out there with it.
We're gonna have
we're
to-
gonna have a jam session.
that's much needed.
But no, just being able to really take it on and um it was sure it was stressful, but I haven't really
Your
I've
reaction.
changed. No, I've changed. I'm really trying to 100% change, but I still react to stuff, but I'm really trying to take my time to take a breath and then respond to what's going on, not just a knee-jerk reaction.
Can I say
if that
something?
makes sense. What?
That's sexy.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to just say, like, watching all of these things occur and all the. No, you don't say that. No, but just, I would have never thought.
What?
You know what I mean? I would have never thought that we could keep growing and getting better. You know, we all have issues, but to be able to, the way that you're talking about this has affected our relationship in the best way possible. Like this has changed everything. Just like I thought I was going to be sick forever, or I was going to be overweight forever. I thought you were going to be kind of grumpy.
It's like we kind of thought you kind of get there in life and it's like, okay, this is as good as it's going to get.
I thought that's what I thought.
And then it's like, holy
shit,
shit. It's like turns up
I'm
to
still
a whole nother
Yeah.
level and then another level and another like.
And this is what brings us in here.
Yeah, definitely. Because I want everybody to feel that amazing.
And you can.
And knowing you can just take it on, whatever. And I'm really trying to stop with starting out with, I can't, you know.
Yeah.
And if I do start, well, I can't do that right now or in this moment. I try.
It matters.
Because you can.
You can.
Because your brain believes what you're telling it. So you got to tell it good stuff.
It's almost like you're showing up to my coaching calls.
Well, I live with you, so.
It's all, I love this. I mean, I loved you before, of course. It's not what I mean, but this is okay. Now listen, hold up. I mean, we've been good. You know, we've had our ups and downs. We've been through a lot together. I mean, what are we going on? 31 years?
Yeah, pretty soon here.
And we've known each other for even longer.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is I was already like, I thought that this was as good as it gets.
Right,
Happy, like
right.
we're good. This has taken us to a whole nother level of life of I want everybody to hear what you're saying of it isn't just like happy wife, happy life. I just did this.
No,
today.
that's just so.
This whole transformation is possible for everybody when they show up, they do the work and they learn, but you got to have the right environment, or we want to support. Let me just say this. We want to support people in finding that happy, healthy self Food plays a huge role,
Yep.
but behavior and lifestyle is a significant. This is what's making people come in from all the other groups.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me just
They're
say that.
learning.
I'm blown away by the amount of people that are telling me this, and then they're successful. Or one of my favorite things to ask, just to give everybody an idea, when I say how many people have been tried to go plant-based before, who have been plant-based, everybody raises their hands.
They've read the books. They know, seen all the doctors, all the information,
And
been
I,
in the groups.
and I say, how many people are crushing it now? And then the room is just like,
The room is like, yeah.
which is my North Star again. Like, look at what's happening. How can I just make this better, bigger? My brain, I just want it. My operating system goes into like, we'll take this information and we're going to turn it around. I want to always, I reverse engineer everything and I look into it and I find out like, what could I do differently while I'm still managing my coaching calls, my weekly coaching lives, the classes, the business.
building the whole, the classes and everything.
Yeah, I just built a whole curriculum.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working on it for years up here.
Yeah.
But then I had to put it to pen to paper and actually start making it happen. And I'm still building it, you know.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to line up for another class this week, by the way. It's going to be
awesome.
about dealing with social situations.
There you go.
So this is a big one for everybody.
This is going to be
It's a big excuse for everybody too. Like, what, you know, we're breaking that. We've been, let me just go backwards.
Well, what I really like about this class, if I could say it really quick, is that for the social situations, like, here's some recipes, here's some things easy to put together that you can bring to a party, to wherever you're going.
And we know what they do.
Instead of blowing it off. Instead of blowing the parties off,
we want you to go to the party.
I don't want you closing in. I want you to share the goodness.
We're breaking out our favorite layered lasagna. We're going to be doing like an ambrosia style fruit salad because I used to love ambrosia with the marshmallows and all that stuff. And this is a much better version. And what else was I doing?
Are we doing the kale?
Oh my gosh, kale, yeah. Then we're doing some carrot cake bites that we were going to talk about.
But the main thing is so people can bring the stuff.
It's all about what you can bring and what you can take. And of course, we're going to be talking about the way to respond or how to react. Well,
I'll tell you what, when you bring it, don't be like, hey, I brought this vegan thing.
Do not.
Don't ever just say, hey, check out this lasagna I brought. Ooh, check out this side dish, this kale stuff I made.
Why do you know all this awesome stuff? I just love listening to you say this.
Well, because people are, they just don't.
Limiting beliefs.
Yeah, they don't think. And if you go put it out there, it's vegan. Oh, everybody shits on it right away.
They freak out. We watched that so many times.
I have taste buds too. That's why I'm here, because if it doesn't taste good, we're not making it. So.
I love when people in the group, which is, by the way, while we're sitting here doing this podcast, our place is blowing up. People are blowing up their plates. They're talking about their Sunday prep. They're so inspired because they know how all this neuroscience works on behavior change, and they're tapping into it.
They are.
So much so, I think it's time that we bring out the Plantspiration Health Report.
And this week's Plantspiration Health Report is brought to you by Meijer's Grocery Store. There might be a Meijer in your neighborhood.
We love Meijer's so much. Fresh produce come in every day. Thank you, Larry, and all the guys at Produce.
Yeah.
We love the place.
You guys are crushing it.
I already had my smoothie for today.
Yeah, I slammed mine way earlier.
So, as I recall last week, John, we weighed in at 1,000. Wow, take two. As I recall, last week we checked in with a whopping 1,634 pounds. We've been collecting since we started our podcast 24 weeks ago.
People are losing a lot of weight. It's awesome.
We're getting off medications and
a lot
reversing
of
diseases.
I mean, there's a whole list of them down there. It's like we're running out of room. All the medications people are getting off of, the diseases they're turning around. I still want to say we're still shrinking tumors. All right.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that. We love you for letting us. First of all, super thank you to all of our members. The fact that you guys are the reason why they're filling this out every week is because they know that this is inspiring people who are listening.
Yeah.
By the way, they're paying it forward.
Yeah. Plus, they're getting a little dopamine hit.
They love it.
Yeah, so they love sharing.
They love sharing because everybody out there wants to get healthy, but we're doing it. we're doing it. Okay.
This is where we do it. I mean, so yeah, shrinking tumors. That's another second mention because it's awesome. People, I mean, across the board, more energy. I mean, people are checking in. New people, different people, some
We
same
got a
people.
lot of new members
I'm telling you.
coming at us.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
great.
We want more.
Not just better sleep, much better sleep is
course.
awesome. And
Let's hear it, John. Let's hear it.
I'm telling you, it's kicking ass. More people are working out once they got their food down. Now they're like working on the other goals, like working out and doing different things, and that's awesome. And we're down to 1,660 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
Holy carrots.
Yeah.
What?
Control yourself, people.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know that was happening. I'm so busy with my operating system.
Did you say holy carrots?
Yeah. Holy carrots. Well, can you say the number again for me?
1,660.
This is why this is working over here. Well, one, because I love my job and we love what we do and we love coming in here and breaking down that we're just being real. We get it. We know what it feels like to not have hope, to be overweight, to be dieting, cutting carbs, cutting calories, going to the doctor, being sick, and complaining about how hard this is.
I remember going to
how we used
Weight
to
Watchers
think
with you and like, oh, we got to count points or whatever. And I tried for like a day. I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb. I can totally cheat the system here. Just count your points.
I cheated the system every day. I was like, I starved myself on Wednesday.
That's not how you work it. You got to eat your ass off to really
over here you
eat
do.
your plants off. Is what
People
it
are
is.
eating 1,800, 2,000 calories, and this is how they're losing weight.
That's how it works.
They have to see it to believe it sometimes.
It's a lot of people have to see it
That's
to believe
what
it.
we're
They're
doing.
doing it, and
Gosh,
they understand.
Give me a high fiver.
They learn it, they live it, and they're loving it.
Plant-based nutrition experts, lifestyle medicine coaching, plant interventionist, certified. And I have so many.
I know.
I'm about to break out another one.
We'll have to go out.
But I love my job and I love being able to relate to people who have been through so many struggles and diets and stuff. And what I say to people when I first meet with them, you'll hear me say this in the group, how many people are freed from dieting?
Seriously.
And this number continues to change every day. Like people are showing up and they just say, I'm just living this life. Like I'm in this zone. I'm not attracted or persuaded by anybody who's throwing these things at me or saying to do this. Like people are tapping into their real self, their true happiness.
I mean, there's so much excellent, just good news going on with a lot of people that are feeling great, doing better.
Changing their habits, breaking their patterns, staying motivated. Oh my gosh, let me try to say this again. I got so excited.
They're feeling motivated.
Changing their habits, breaking patterns, staying motivated, and reaching goals faster than ever without falling into shame, perfectionism, or procrastination.
Yeah.
No more of that going on over here.
No.
So if you're ready, we got you.
You got to get in there. Yeah, because it's not so, it's just, we cover everything. And the support of the group is just, it's awesome.
Did I say 30 5-star reviews?
Oh, yeah, I was going to mention
So you
that.
can go check that out over there.
Yeah.
By the way,
if you've been here and you know what's going on, get on that Google there and
give us some more reviews. If you're loving our Eat Your Plants Off classes, this is where
love you
people are
guys.
learning the nutrition education part of eating their plants off. And then getting into the membership, it's a very inexpensive, $50 a month. We also offer grants. Members have so many perks. It's honestly, we would be here for another hour talking about the winning going on, the giveaways going on, the pay it forward that goes on. Plantspiration and what I built. I took everything in my brain, my heart, my soul, and I turned it into what could I do to just help people get happier and healthier, because this feels too good to keep it to ourselves.
Yep.
Any questions before we let this rip, baby?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, if someone feels overwhelmed about making a change, what's the first step they should take?
1-800-Plantspiration.
Actually, it's a different number than that.
Okay, but
Plantspiration.org. Get on it and sign up today.
If people are feeling overwhelmed, this is a great question, because so many people do get overwhelmed. Analysis paralysis, comparison paralysis. There's a lot of stuff going on. Write down your why.
Yeah.
I know this sounds so cliche or like this is the advice she's going to give. It's not advice. I'm just telling you, if you want to do something, if you're feeling overwhelmed,
No matter what it is.
no matter
We're
what
not
it
talking
is,
about food right now, or anything.
yeah, you have to write it down and you really have to take it in and think about what you envision your future self to look like. And then I want you to start living your life saying, what would my future self do?
Yeah.
So if you're, usually driving through the drive-through and you want to get healthy, the next time you go through the drive-through, stop yourself and do some self-awareness check and go, what would my future healthy self do? Would I go through the drive-through? If you're going to answer no to that, then you better just keep driving.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, what would my future self do? Your future health self, your future entrepreneur self, your future athletic self, what your future build a business self. What does that future self look like? Yeah. You don't need me to tell you that. You need you to tell you that.
Yeah. Is this like the goal like that you would put on like a Post-it? Like you put one on your mirror and you put one in your car.
You see my mirror.
One on your
Why don't you tell them
on your way out?
Why don't you tell them how I had stuff taped? I had the Thinspiration picture of me that I picked off the internet because I'd never been a small person.
Yeah, you had to like find something that a goal.
It was actually on 3/31, I think, is the printout from that picture. I printed out 3/31, 2013. I printed out a thin person with blonde hair who wasn't showing her face, so to speak, but I taped that up. So you have to have your purpose, your goal, your mission, and it keeps changing, by the way. Let it flow. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and start envisioning, I'm already living in the life I want to live, and just start acting on it. More reason why I can't wait to get this neuroscience coaching, because I get to talk exactly about learn more about how to change those patterns of, thinking we can't make these changes or it'll never happen, and why this works the way it does. So
I think about that. No, the people, a lot of them, the ones that are really crushing it now, even more so, because they've been doing it for a couple of weeks, they're like learning that this is just how we live now.
It's just how we live.
This is just how I eat. It's how I live, and I feel fantastic.
My brain has a different operating system, and I love it. Sure. Next question.
Okay, here we go. How do you stay consistent with healthy habits when life throws you curveballs?
I think about what is going to help me get through the situation. And that took practice too. So at first, let's say something bad happened or stress eating would come into play. That part of this lifestyle, I had to be self-aware of that and learn. So at first I didn't know. I had to kind of practice by being self-aware and thinking, what's making me reach for those things when I'm stressed out?
Right.
Is it because I'm stressed out? Is it because I'm hungry, or is it because I've just learned to kind of handle stress like this? So how to navigate, one, we have to be self-aware and we have to identify that pattern so that we can explore ways to do things differently, reframe rewards, change the way we react to stress by being self-aware of it.
Yeah, and it's really great when people, they journal, kind of, okay, what are my triggers? What are my things
are ways
that
to feel.
What are these curveballs and things going on,
Simple things that we take for granted. Yeah. Well, I don't have time for 5 minutes to write down something, but look in your phone at how many minutes you're using on social media or scrolling, and again, that takes work to look at yourself and go, I know I can make these improvements, and I'm going to have to get a pen, a paper, and write down these things. Right. That work is your biggest growth to your next level, like to leveling the way I gamify stuff.
Yeah.
I always think about I'm going to get to the next level.
That's awesome.
I'm going to take this course and I'm going to get to the next level.
That's
I'm going to eat this bowl of, oh my gosh, I can't wait to have our dinner.
I mean, to get through this, life throwing you curveballs, it's also keeping that why, keeping that focus on the why, on that North Star.
Can I give my best example?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm raising my hand, but I'm trying not to interrupt because I get so excited and I have ADHD, so I just said it. The way I describe this is Mike Tyson and the way that he learned to bob and weave those punches. It's one thing to be able to punch, it's one thing to be able to do that part, but the bobbing and the weaving was the lifestyle part. The punch is the diet. Great, we got the diet. Now what? You have to learn how to bob and weave, and that took practice. And that guy did not just show up once a week.
No, geez.
because he wanted to win.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to the top. He ate that, he breathed it, he slept it, he practiced it.
That's why we practice lifestyle medicine.
That's what we're doing
every
here.
day of the week.
Every day. And at first, I had to understand what was driving me to maybe stress eat or not be able to handle my emotions or not have the right tools for stress management. But I love this question because it gives people hope that even if you're not even sure what tools to begin with, write it down, start exploring. And of course, I'm going to let everybody know, get into Plantspiration and get a great coach to help you make these diet and lifestyle changes so you can address self-awareness, set up some goals and start reaching them like everybody else over here who's showing up, because it's crushing it.
People are really kicking butt.
We've got a great class this week. We're going to be talking about, like I said, lasagna, good food. People have so many misconceptions about eating healthy, living a great life. They think they got to give it up, but look at me.
No, they don't.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Episode 24 out the door. We cannot thank you guys enough. I can't believe we did this. I just can't believe it's been 6 months.
I know.
I don't even want to go back and listen to the first episode. It's probably trash, but we are so grateful for all of you for tuning in, and we want you to get out of here and get so inspired. Maybe it's going to be drink more water. Maybe it's going to go do a walk after your meal tonight, but just know every day is another opportunity to get better. It's not about giving up.
No.
It's about getting better, and we want to take you on that journey with us.
That's right. You guys just keep doing it, man. Keep crushing it.